Watch fans, today we're going to be looking at two watches that we rarely get to see together, but definitely the perfect video to be able to give you the battle of the Titans. We're going to be looking today at Patek Philippe and Lange Söhne, which is going to be two brands that have their own place in their own worlds, but in the watch lover's heart, definitely gives us the perfect challenge. I've always wanted to see these two pieces head to head. Who's got the guts to actually give us more? Who's given us that piece of perfection? And they both did it in their own ways. When we look at these two pieces, no, we don't have them where they're actually apples to oranges because they're going to give us a few little features, minute features that are going to be a little bit different. But these were still two great ones to put together. And actually, it gives you that opportunity to be able to put your true judgment to which of the two pieces you actually like best. Sometimes when we just have two annual calendars or two perpetual calendars, yeah, we can look at it and then it just becomes which brand do you like more. But this right now is taking the Swiss and the German and putting them head to head in a nice clash. And these are two titans that definitely deserve their ray of sunlight, their peace in moment in sunshine themselves. We're going to be looking at these two pieces. The first one we're going to grab is actually going to be the Patek. This is the 5270G. This piece is absolutely phenomenal. It gives you so many features that you're not expecting in a watch and complications that are actually stacked on top of each other. And they've done it over and over and over again. For this piece, it is something that is rare, unique, and it definitely says that I am the boss when it comes to a perpetual calendar. For this particular one, we'll look at some of the features that you actually have. We'll have some of the fun features that are separated. Like you're going to have the day that's going to be in its own indication window, as well as the month in its own indication window. I absolutely love that because that means that they're set apart, very easy to read, very easy to locate. So as you grow to love and enjoy and know your watch itself, because it does, it becomes a partnership between the two of you. You get a chance to actually instantly look without having to worry or having to kind of glance over the dial itself. You'll begin to learn where everything is that you're needing on the watch itself. So there's no more need for picking up your cell phone, or if you're in that perfect meeting and you do not need those kind of things out, you can quickly glance at your watch and everything that you need is there. Maybe you're signing the perfect documents and you just need to know things like, well, right now, what is the date? You actually have it and it is individualized. The hand actually falls on the date itself. You're going to have things like the moon phase on there. You even have a day-night indicator on this watch. That's fun for two reasons. A, it will tell you when it's a danger zone, when you should not do certain settings on the watch itself. However, we all are using it more so on a daily basis of just saying, hey, is it day or night? Maybe I've actually been in the office locked in on a project. It's been a day or two. Who knows? I don't know how much time has passed because my focus is on making sure that this project comes out perfectly. And I have that indicator just to kind of let me know maybe it's time for me to go ahead and check in on the family, check in on the kids, make sure that everything is done right at home so that I can continue to work on this project and not be interrupted. There's so many other fun features, like you do have the chronograph. The chronograph itself is still going to be working perfectly on here as well. You do have your start stop at the top, reset at the bottom. But again, if you're measuring something that's at high speed, this you have the ability to do. Or maybe you're just trying to keep track at the office of how long you have been doing this project. Because again, you looked at your day-night indicator and it's told you some time has passed by. So maybe you just want to keep track. Have I spent, 2 hours and 30 minutes or an hour and 30 minutes? You're going to have those calculations there for you as well. I love the way that it is actually set completely around. The moon phase even giving me that as well. Now, when I sync this watch, it does hold its time. As long as everything has been set correctly and I keep it wound, I won't have to reset this watch until 2100. Even for the moon phase, it is accurate to 122 years. That is definitely something that is really phenomenal when you talk about setting a watch of this caliber because you've got everything taken care of for you. Now, when we look at the battle itself and we move into the Lange, now we're going to be doing something a little bit more. Having them side by side, you can actually see that the Patek comes in right at 41. And even though it looks a lot larger because of the thickness of the case and beveling, the Lange is only at 41.9. So yes, I would always just say 42. That's just because I do believe in the round up method when it comes to size. I actually look more at the lug length and casing than I do at the dial, because that can definitely be something that we can get lost in, thinking that we're just measuring the center of it, and it's not. You need to look at the overall mass of how it actually fits. How does it lay on your wrist profile? Your wrist profile is actually going to be bone to bone. So when you're looking at it, bone to bone, meaning that's your true frame from side to side. You want it to fit perfectly in between. Those are the things that you need to be sure that when you're looking at the details, that's a little bit more important. So as we begin to speak about this actual Lange, it gives us some really fun features too. Now, we talked about chronograph, but this one even gives us a Rattrapante. So with the Rattrapante, it allows us to actually split timing. We can split the seconds, so we can actually do weaning and waning. Now, what that means is if I'm trying to see the distance between one object and another object that are both traveling the same way or same distance, maybe if I'm actually calculating two cars based on speed, I can see what the difference is in timing between those two cars. That is absolutely amazing to be able to have in a watch. To put that Rattrapante inside of a perpetual calendar, that is definitely something you do not find. But that's where Lange sets themselves apart. They believe in giving you the utmost in your watch, not just in presentation, but in accuracy, performance, and definitely the durability of the watch itself. When we're also looking at some of the fun features, we do still get that moon phase. Now, we don't have it where the day and month are going to be separate, right? And their own independent windows. However, they are still going to be on the dial itself. So you can actually see that. Both of them even have a seasonal calendar. So it does tell you if you're in season 1, 2, 3, or 4, which we would always say, is going to be, spring, summer, fall, winter, just to make it make a little bit more sense for those who may be wondering what the 1, 2, 3, and 4 are. That is a question that we do get calls about. So I just want to make sure you have that information as well. This piece is also going to be accurate until 2100, and it does have 122, but it's actually a little bit more accurate when it comes to the moon phase itself with the setting itself too. So it gets you a little bit closer because it has 135 clicks on its actual disc. It does make things a little bit more accurate itself. But again, when we're looking at the two, we get that added feature of the Rattrapante here. However, on the Patek, we did have the added feature of the day-night indicator. And we had a few other features that were going to be actually placed into the watch itself that were a little bit more simplistic, like the actual date windows or the windows up top that makes it a little bit easier to read by separating it itself. But these are two watches that are both phenomenal pieces, both going to be something that you will not just walk into a store and find. These are going to be pieces that are called application pieces, where for Patek, actually when I worked there, we would actually have to sit down, have an interview with you, and be able to see if we could move forward and if that should be a watch that should be given to you. That is a huge deal. Now, what makes it even better for you and what sweetens the pie for you is you don't have to go through all of those things. Here at SwissWatchExpo, we have the watches. They're here. They're ready to go. We have a fantastic watch atelier, so your piece has been authenticated, timed, and tested by a Swiss-trained master watchmaker. So when you make your purchase, you can take it home, wear it, and enjoy it. We want to know what your comments are. Let us know below.